if you're going out of town and you need to keep listening to Wells Radio, which you should, you can just go to our website, www.wellsradio893.com. And there's a new part of Wells Radio, or at least the Wells, the Wells media arm, which is the Wells Television, that I want to tell you about this morning. We have an online television also dedicated to giving you wholesome content that is thought-provoking, content that is different from where you get what you get everywhere else. We want to ensure that the whole entire world is saturated with wholesome content that fit for everyone, content that is also specific, whether you're a young adult, whether you even like entertainment, wholesome entertainment, whether you like to get the news at your fingertips. We have daily news updates for you. We have programs that have to do with education, health, marriage, and so on and so forth. Okay, so just go to YouTube. It's Wells Television. That's WELLS, then television, Wells Television. Just go to YouTube, search Wells Television, subscribe, click on the notification bell. It really helps me, and it will help you as well, because that way you don't have to keep going to YouTube to check if a new video has been dropped. You just get the notification on your phone that is a new video from Wells Television, okay? So make sure to click the subscribe button and make sure you interact with the videos. What do I mean interact? I mean, when you watch the videos, if at any point in time you're watching a video on Wells Television and you're thinking, you're thinking something in your head concerning that video, just don't waste time. Type it in the comment section, okay? Type it in the comment section and we'll definitely also interact with you as well. Wells Television is also on Facebook. That's at Wells Television on Facebook. So please go on there, like, comment, and share with your friends. After all, good things are for everyone. All right, this morning right here on Wells Radio 89.3 FM, it's time for Perspectives Unlimited. We're taking a look at the headlines and stories making the rounds across the different dailies in Nigeria. We'll take a look at the front pages of these dailies, and we'll take a look at the stories inside the dailies. Okay, so let's see. Let's move quickly this morning. On the front page of the Punch newspaper, the lead headline says, Federal government must pay rise for political office holders. RMAFC says Tinubu's 1.5 million naira salary, ministers under 1 million naira pay low, launches revenue sharing review. I'll take that again. RMAFC says Tinubu's 1.5 million naira salary, ministers under 1 million naira pay low, launches revenue sharing service. That story is on page 2 of the Punch newspaper this morning. More headlines. Customs issue a 14-day deadline to seize 905 overtime cargoes. You find that story on page 22 of the Punch newspaper. More headlines. Crisis alert. UNICEF seeks life-saving 240 billion naira for Nigeria aid project. That's on page 3. Fubara eyes September 18 comeback as IBAS pushes project's completion. You also find that on page 3 of the Punch newspaper this morning. Global leaders begin high-stake talks to end Russia-Ukraine war. You find that story on page 2 of the Punch newspaper. Pencom blacklists 7 mortgage banks over housing loan breach. That's on page 9. We see Oshun Nolge battles AGF over seized funds suits transfer. That's on page 29. And here, 2 motorcyclists remanded for allegedly raping Ondo teenager. That's on page 4. And we see this one here. Alafin Lambas Oni in fiery clash over chieftaincy title. That's on page 3 of the Punch newspaper this morning. Okay, pick up a copy, but still stay tuned to Perspectives Unlimited right here on Wells Radio 89.3 FM, because we're going to be taking a look at some of the stories this morning. On the front page of the Daily Trust, today taken up by advertisement, we have this headline: Sokoto boat mishap, 3 family members, 23 others missing. That's on pages 2 and 4 of the Daily Trust newspaper this morning. We also have on the Guardian newspaper front page, new licensing charges on Seto port operators, 3.5 trillion naira investment. Okay, the details are all here on the front page of the Vanguard newspaper. We'll take a look at that when we get into talking. We also have here Osho local government workers alleged bid to hijack council funds. That's on page 7. Presidential ticket. We're under pressure to zone, says ADC. You find that on page 3. Overtime import cargoes worth 12.3 billion naira lying idle at ports. That's on page 3 of the Guardian newspaper. APC, PDP, NNPP, kick alleged fraud in Oyo, Kaduna, Kano by-elections. That's on page 6. More headlines. My journey to throne bumpy but guided by God, says Ladoja. You also find that on the Guardian newspaper this morning. NCC accuses high-profile Nigerians of worsening illegal SIM registration. That's on page 5. Guild of Editors bemoan complex challenges facing Nigeria. That's on page 5. We'll also have our Greek minister to share insights on exports-driven economy. The conference. That's on page 24 of the Guardian newspaper this morning. These and many more are the stories that we're going to be talking about on Perspectives Unlimited. I am Bolanle Oduekun Ayola, and I'm joined by our analyst who is also a news editor, Chukwemeka Munachi. So good morning to you.
Good morning, Bola.
How do you do?
I'm okay, by the special grace of God.
Yes. I like the addition this morning. Yeah, I mean, at this point, it's by the special grace of God.
Special grace of God,
because that we're all doing fine.
Sleeping and waking up is the first miracle of the day.
It is.
I don't take it for granted.
It is, and we're very grateful to God for, bringing us this far. Today is the 19th of August, and we are alive and well. Now, let's take a look at some of these stories, and I'd like to start from here. This is on the Punch newspaper that says federal government is looking at pay raise for political office holders. Now, it says the Revenue Mobilization Allocation and Fiscal Commission, that's the RMAFC, has hinted at plans to review the salaries of political office holders in Nigeria, describing their current earnings as inadequate, unrealistic, and outdated in the face of rising responsibilities and economic challenges. This was said yesterday at a press briefing where the RMAFC chairman, Mohammed Shehu, disclosed that President Bola Tinubu presently earns 1.5 million naira monthly, while ministers receive less than 1 million naira, and that these figures have remained unchanged since 2008. This is what he said. He said, "You are paying the President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria 1.5 million naira a month, with a population of over 200 million people. Everybody believes that is a joke. You cannot pay a minister less than 1 million naira per month since 2008 and expect him to put in his best without necessarily being involved in some other things. You pay either a CBN governor or the DG 10 times more than you pay the president. That is just not right. Or you pay him, that's the head of an agency, 20 times higher than the Attorney General of the Federation. That is absolutely not right." Unsurprisingly, the NLC has kicked against this. The plan to review upwards the salaries of political office holders. It says the proposal is ignoring the country's worsening inequality and the hidden perks that already inflate earnings in government. Now, Chukwemeka, I don't know where the RMAFC was when things started getting expensive in the country and workers had to agitate by themselves for increase of minimum wage. Maybe they were busy at that point, but right now they have deemed it fit to try to or want to initiate. The president is not complaining that his salary is low. Neither are the political officers complaining that their salaries are low. But let's take a look at it. 1.5 million naira as salary for the president. Do you agree that that is low?
Well, Bola, let us not even talk of the figure here, 1.5. If you are following closely and critically some of the pronouncements of our office holders, you will understand when they started flying the kite. It was this man from Ebonyi State who confronted the former Minister of Education, Obieze Kwesili. They flew the kite. He said, if I tell you how much I'm earning, you borrow me money. That was what the man said. And that he was looking for where to borrow money. Nigerians took him up, and I knew that this man was just laying the foundation for something greater. So when you are saying this thing now about improving,
reviewing
upwards the salary of our political office holders, I know where they are going to. You see, when there is this state capture, when you have people that are transactional in their dealings with the citizens, there's nothing they cannot do. But if you have transformational leaders, there are certain things this administration did which they ought not to have done. If we all, because when you ask the citizens to tighten their belt and your stomach is bulging, there's no even waste again for you. You have already reached the end of your belt, because in this administration we bought yacht. There is a stampede or a spate of renovations going on here and there. The Third Mainland Bridge will be renovated with 3.8 trillion. We have many state houses going under renovation, and you are spending money as if there is no tomorrow. Look, it is not even the salary we are talking of. We are talking of the perks of offices. These people are not looking at what they... Do you know how much an average lawmaker goes on with every month? Even if you are paying him 200,000, and he goes on with that, we goes on with the amount of money running into millions, you are making mockery of the people you claim to be representing. In fact, this man, I don't know his name, this Mohammed of a man, and who said that they will review the name of them. I don't know.
Mr. Shehu.
Mr. Shehu, sorry. Mr. Shehu. He knows what he's saying. And it will come to pass, because we are in a country where leaders are not accountable to the people. The money they are taking home is more than what, even if you are giving our president 500,000 naira every month, and he goes on with all the perks of what does he buy? With the things around them with their Easter code. Every time they travel, you know what they travel with? Not to talk of the lawmakers going home with almost 15 million or 21 million every month. Do you know how much that is available for the president to spend, and even the vice president? And you are not coming up with is not ideal to pay the president 1.5 million. That is official something. What of the unofficial expenses, unofficial money going to them? They won't tell us. So if they want to raise let them even be paying them 1 billion. Yes, we are all in the same country. Let them pay them 1 billion. It is okay. But this is not the best time to be talking about upward review of the salary, because we know fully that they are not living on their salary. The state provides everything for them.
Let's take a look at what is available online as regards, the breakdown of the salaries and allowances of the president of this country in 2025.
The allowances are even...
That's what I'm saying. Let's take a look at it. Now, we have the basic salary. Apparently, it's not up to 1.5. It's about 1.17 million. The basic salary is about 292,892, and then consolidated allowances about 878,676. Now, we have other allowances. We have the hardship allowance. It's 50% of the basic allowance. We have the consistency allowance.
Just hold on there. That hardship allowance, who is undergoing hardship? The people or the leaders?
I mean, you never know.
No, they will define to us what they mean by hardship, because they are hardship in the street, walking on two legs everywhere. Which hardship are they undergoing?
Maybe because of the hard work he's doing for the country. He probably doesn't sleep at night.
Do you sleep? Do you sleep?
We have the consistency allowance, which is 250% of the basic allowance. We have the leave allowance. It's 10% of the annual basic allowance. We have the Easter code, which is a travel abroad. It's up to $4,000 a day. We have the duty tour allowance, up to 35,000 naira a day. We have the security allowance, which is not disclosed. It's based on discretion. We have the furniture allowance, which is 300% of basic allowance. We have the accommodation, which is provided by the government. That's the Astor Rock Villa. We have utility, which is covered fully by government. Domestic staff paid by government. Vehicle maintenance paid by government. So these are some of the things. We also have the so some of the other benefits are the official vehicles, presidential jet, free medical care, whether in Nigeria or abroad, as we have seen several times. Pension after tenure. Upon completion of service, the president is entitled to a pension for life. That includes the regular pension payments, personal staff, security details, vehicles and drivers, accommodation or housing allowance. And, so you can see where this is going. The monthly salary of the president at 1.5 million, if we were to look at it as just that, that's all he's getting, may seem a bit low. However, all the other perks that come with it, I guess, is where you then have an issue.
But why not them cut down on the perks of the office and increase the
But wouldn't you agree that the president of the Federal Republic of Nigeria actually needs a jet?
My brother, my sister, listen. This thing is just nebulous. It's not something you can look. They know what they are doing. If you put on paper that you are paying Chukwuemeka more than 500.
Do you disagree that the president needs a jet?
He needs a jet. I'm not saying he doesn't need a jet. If you put on paper that you pay me 200,000, and you add hardship allowance, you add sleepless allowance, you add walking around allowance, you add mosquito allowance, and every allowance is, and at the end of the day, I'm taking 2 billion. Do you think I will come back and be telling you, Bola, you still need to increase my salary? Do you think I will come back and be telling you that? I won't. Because what I'm even getting is 1,000 times better than what you put on paper. That's what I'm saying. Transactional leadership will never. You understand? If we have people, do you know there are some presidents all over the world that don't receive their salary?
So are you saying that the president should probably be on the same treatment as regular civil servants?
I'm not saying it should be on the same treatment. What I'm saying is that you pay according to what is on the ground. We are all going through a process. Nigeria is right now going through what I don't know whether we call it economic recovery, because I didn't see any recovery. We are going through a excruciating pain economically. People are financially strained, and now we are talking of reviewing upward. What are you, instead of you even saying that, because if these people have human heart, they will have said, look at all that we are taking home. May we cut down what we are taking home, and let's take it back to the economy. What we are taking home every month. 15 million, 21 million for lawmakers and others and everything every month in this economy, and all of us are going to the same market. How will they even come up? Is it morally as a right to come up with at this point in time to be coming off an upward review when you know full well that what they are taking home is even much more than what they put on paper as their salary?
Thank you so much. Now, apparently, it was also announced that the RMFC has started a long overdue review of Nigeria's vertical revenue sharing formula. It determines how federally collected revenues are shared among the federal, state, and local government. The current formula gives 52.68% to the federal government, 26.72% to the states, and 20.60% to the local government. And then 4.18% is reserved for special funds. Okay, so in line with what the president said last week, they're currently reviewing that.
But let me even tell you something.
We'll take a break. Yes. And when we come back from the break, we'll continue the discussion. Don't go anywhere. It's Perspectives Unlimited on Wells Radio 89.3 FM.
But let me even tell you something.
We'll take a break. Yes.
How long will it take you to confirm payment? I have been waiting for the past 1 hour.
I'm so sorry. Our network is slow. I will just run out of data.
Same excuse yesterday. It is unacceptable, please. You better switch to One Data Internet Service.
One Data?
Yes, One Data. One Data is an internet service provider with the best alternative and solution for unlimited speed. One Data provides fast and reliable internet service to organizations, homes, and places of interest in Nigeria. With One Data, you get to enjoy the premium internet service with dedicated unlimited internet speed at all times, 24/7 fantastic customer service and support, and you enjoy a 1-month free subscription when you make payment. Now is the time to say goodbye to downtimes. Sign up with One Data today on 0811 223 2671 or visit www.onedata.ng for more inquiries. One Data, unlimited speed.
a bá ń sọ̀rọ̀ nípa tewétegbò Yẹmí dé ọ̀jìnmìnì nípa ètò ìlera Yẹmí ọmọ Olúṣọládé.
ọ̀rọ̀ tó mọ́gbọ́n wá.
agbára wà nínú ewé àtegbò kí wá ṣe ewé àtegbò yẹ kí wọ́n ti ṣe research sínsìn o jẹ́ pé ọ̀rẹ́ ti wà established.
statistics tó péye.
jẹ́jẹ́ mọ̀ pé worldwide iye àwọn adult ìyẹn àgbàlagbà tí ó ní ìtọ̀ ṣúgà is around 537 million.
ọ̀rọ̀ tó fúnni ní bùkún tó yè koro.
ewédú náà ti mú lọ yẹn o wọ́n ti fi ṣe tablet wọ́n ń tà báyìí wọ́n ló ń wo cancer ewédú jẹ́ pé a máa rà lọ́jà tá a máa jẹ.
ẹ pàdé Yẹmí ọmọ Olúṣọlá Dr. Sayem ní gbogbo ọjọ́ Thursday ní alẹ́ ní aago 8:30 lórí ìkànnì rédíò West 89.3 FM ní ìlú Ìbàdàn. àlàáfíà wa kò ní di fíafíà.
Boost your business with Wells Radio 89.3 FM. In a competitive world of business, strategic brand and product positioning is key to growth. Don't remain unseen in the shadows. Shine a spotlight on your brand with Wells Radio 89.3 FM today. Why Wells Radio? We are your state's #1 family radio station. We connect with the heart of families in your state. As the smallest unit of the society, families trust Wells Radio for quality content and information. Visit us today along Alafin Avenue, Oluyole Estate, Ibadan. Our white and blue building just before Sharp Corner ensures your business won't go unnoticed. Advertise with us today. Call our marketing office on 0903 936 8185. Call Toby on 0803 509 3394. Yomi on 0706 616 5053. Take the leap today. Let Wells Radio 89.3 FM be the megaphone for your business success. You won't regret it.
Yo, what's up?
Baby, let's go! Hey there! Want to stay connected to your favorite radio station? Follow us on social media for the latest updates, entertaining wholesome content, and behind-the-scene peaks. We're on Instagram at Wells Radio 893, Facebook Wells Radio 893 FM fan page, X Wells Radio 893. Follow our WhatsApp channel Wells Radio 89.3 FM. Get a scoop on upcoming shows, giveaways, and events. Also get to interact with your favorite presenters and share your thoughts on our posts and stories. Join the conversation and stay tuned into Wells Radio 89.3 FM, your preferred wholesome radio.
All right, you're welcome back. It's still Perspectives Unlimited on Wells Radio 89.3 FM, your preferred wholesome radio. We're taking a look at headlines and stories making the rounds across the different dailies in the country. Our studio lines are officially open. Okay, you can call us to give us, your opinion on these stories. 0916 893 1000. We also have 0915 333 4893. We also have 0911 3333 893. I'll take the numbers again. 0916 893 1000, 0915 333 4893, and 0911 3333 893. These are the numbers to call to be a part of the conversation this morning.
I was saying something before we went on that short break.
Okay.
If we have a crop of leaders who truly love this country, who do not see Nigeria as just a project, who truly loves the country and they are patriotic. Do you think we'll be talking about this when we're talking this morning? Who really are in love with their fatherland and they want it to prosper and move forward? Some of these things, allowances and everything, they will come together and say, okay, we are not going to take this, let's build our country. But because there's no country, as far as they are existing, They are just here to make money out of the country. If they truly love the country, they will make. Do you know some of the lawmakers? Okay.
Let's take this call. Hello, good
Hello,
morning.
good morning.
Good morning to you, madam. Your name and where
Hello,
you're calling
good morning.
from. Hello, good morning.
This is Aderonke from.
Good morning,
Concerning
Aderonke.
the federal government moves on political holders on the review of their district. So I think it's not only the political holders that need review on their salaries. Teachers, doctors, soldiers, civil servants are also begging for a living wage.
But the minimum wage was just reviewed.
But this one, the politician are demanding for a wage. This is not
Aderonke,
governance.
hello?
It is called
Hello?
So instead of raising their pay, we should be cutting it. They should, I think, what we expect from them is that they should even reduce it, because leadership is supposed to be service, not an ATM machine.
Aderonke, can you hear me? Hello?
We need to be ordinary citizens.
All right, please call us back.
Citizens too.
Please call us back. 0916-893-1000, 0915-333-4893, and 0911-3333-893.
If they truly love this country and they see it as a place where that should grow, some of the allowances they're enjoying, they will cut it off.
Let's take this call. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning, World Radio.
Good morning to you, sir. Your name and where you're calling from, please.
My name is Bolanle. I'm calling from Oduekun.
You're welcome, Mr. Salami. Please go ahead.
This country, honestly, I don't know, because at times you wake up with something that will even drive you crazy for the rest of the day, honestly speaking. Because this morning to hear, in fact, this morning is just one of such things when we come with such news. But I don't even know what the man and the proponent of salary for soldiers means by that. I'm probably hello.
Yeah, please speak up a little bit, sir.
Hello.
Okay, you can go ahead.
Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you now. Please go ahead.
Okay. I was saying that I don't know why some people even decide just to even throw spanner in some people's thinking for the day. Because, like, the man that's now proposing a new salary review for our president and what have you, probably we need to ask him that how much he thinks will be suitable for Mr. President and the minister. I don't know. The man should tell us how much, like, President Tinubu will appreciate as monthly salary, or Wike will appreciate as monthly salary. And honestly speaking, this is a situation whereby I would really expect Mr. President to even say, okay, you can approve 10 billion naira monthly salary for me, but I'm giving it back to Nigeria. I want to offer my service to my fatherland. I expect President Tinubu to say that. And I didn't even expect that any man will come up with such a thing, that you increase the salary of, are they telling us how much are the other associated fees, other associated benefits to Mr. President's office, to ministers' offices, and the rest of them? I mean, God save us from this unpatriotic leaders in Nigeria, honestly speaking. It's quite unpatriotic and very unreasonable. Thank you. Good morning.
Thank you so much, Mr. Salami, for your contribution this morning.
So if you truly love your fatherland and you know the stress financially around, I don't think this is the right time to be saying this, knowing full well what you are already collecting. The allowances that are coming to you, left, right, and center.
Okay, let's take this call. Hello, good morning. Good morning, sir. Your name and where you're calling from. Hello, good morning. Can you hear us? All right, you have to call back. I guess the network is a bit poor.
So that's what I'm saying. You understand? And there are a lot of presidents and ministers in so many countries that are not even, because they look at their country and say, no, let's help our fatherland. Where is the help? Honestly speaking, and that's why politics is big business here. Because when you're out of it, you are not mad. When you get inside it, you are mad. Because there are so many things you have to go home with. even though they put on paper that they are giving you 2 kobo. Is it 2 kobo that is that you are taking home? It's just a deceit.
You know, last week Thursday, Mr. Sani and I spoke about the fact that even within, civil service salary structure, the salary structure differs with the agency. So you could be on a level maybe 12 in a particular agency A, and another person is on a level 12 in particular agency B, and not only does the person earn more than you do, the person also gets some benefits that, you don't also get. And why is this, and how can we fix this?
We can only fix it when we tell ourselves the truth, when we restructure this country and make it to work. That's the only time it can work. When each state will take care of their own dealings and contribute to the center. That is why people are calling for restructuring. Because the way we are right now, there's no development. We are just moving around in a circle. That's why even the minimum wage, some states are struggling to pay, because we are not operating a federal system of government. It's unitary. If it's a true federal system of government, each state will determine what they will pay based on what their financial capability. But we are not doing that. We lump people in Zamfara, people in Ekiti and Ondo State. And you go and check their internally generated
revenue
as revenue and check what they are getting. It doesn't work. If it's a federal system of government, each state will determine what we are going to pay you based on what we are generating, and the workers will agree to it. But we are not operating that way. We lump everything together because we feel that Zamfara man and somebody in Lagos will earn at the same. It's not possible now. It's not.
Moving on, the Minister of Works, Senator Dave Umahi, has dismissed social media reports alleging a lack of drainage systems on the Lagos-Calabar coastal highway that is under construction. Now, apparently, this is from the Punch newspaper. The Punch had reported that some social media users had claimed that there was poor drainage on the 750-kilometer highway being constructed by the federal government, noting that the flood was already damaging parts of the road. The person that actually posted this on X attached a 2-minute and 38-second video with a voice partially heard saying, "I don't know the reason why drainage has not been put in the right position here." But the News Agency of Nigeria has reported that the minister dismissed the claim during a tour of the coastal highway. He said the coastal highway project included 750 kilometers of dual underground drainage systems. He said there is basically saying that there's drainage system, 750 kilometers of underground drainage system by 2, which is 1,500 kilometers. Let's talk about, government projects, especially roads. Roads are fixed today and tomorrow they are bad.
Because they are poorly executed and because there's no consequences for any breach of trust. Look at Olusoji here. You are going too far. Look at Arabaja area. We can't go too far.
Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning, West Radio.
Good morning, sir. Your name and where you're calling from?
My name is George. I'm calling you from Oduekun.
You're welcome, Mr. George. Please go ahead.
Yeah. Whoever says there's no drainage on that road must have gotten to that road and they have seen it. So the government should do something about it. They should not just do bad work and then in the next 2 years we'll start all over again, like we are doing to this third mainland bridge. That is that. The issue of salary of politicians, especially that of the president and so on, is provocative to the masses. Very, very provocative, because are they really thinking about the people they are ruling? Look at the amount he's receiving every month. And he's traveling up and down. Which work really is he doing? He should go to the oil sector and go and see people who are working. Inside this code, inside bush. They should not, this matter, please discuss other things that relate to the masses. Thank you.
Thank you, and apologies, Mr. George. I get where he's coming from when he says it's very provocating, because not too long ago, as I said, the NLC and civil servants actually fought for the minimum wage, and we agreed at 77,000, I'll be 70,000. That is not even livable anymore. So, Mr. George, I totally get your point.
Let me tell you something. Inflation has wiped off the purchasing power of whatever you are taking home. When you collect your salary, it's just 2 days. You are back on the street again.
Some don't last 2 days.
Wait, now going to mama that is selling provision. All of them have register. They put their name down and write the date you collected and what you collect. What are you saying? And you are coming up with this kind of idea. It's not because they look at Nigerians as people that, well, whatever you throw at them, they take. You can't be discussing this thing at this point in time. Coming up with this kind of idea for upward review of the salary of political office holders. For what? In this economy? Where there are beggars all over the place. People are looking for, they're not talking of poverty again. They're talking of survival.
All right, let's move on to, more stories this morning. On the Punch newspaper, this headline says, Alaafin lambasts Oni in fiery clash over chieftaincy title. Now, it says the Alaafin of Oyo, Oba Abimbola Owade, and this is from the Punch newspaper. On Monday, strongly criticized the decision of the Oni of Ife, Oba Enitan Ogunwusi, to confer the title of Okanlomo of Yoruba land on a businessman, Dr. Sanusi. The Oni at the weekend bestowed the title on Sanusi during the unveiling of Together, an indigenous social media and business networking platform, which was held at Ilaji Hotel, Ibadan. Conferring the title, the Oni described Sanusi's commitment to the cultural and economic growth of Yoruba race as unparalleled. But the Alaafin, in a statement issued on Monday through his media aide, Bode Durojayi, said the Oni overstepped his bounds, insisting that no traditional ruler other than the Alaafin reserves the authority to confer a title covering the entire Yoruba land. He demanded that the title be revoked within 48 hours, or the Oni should face the consequences. Before now, growing up in Yoruba land, to be honest, I've never exactly heard of, a war of who is biggest, who is superior. I've never heard it. We know that, all the kings are in their own domain. There was just never that conversation.
Yeah, they're all important.
But in recent years, we have seen this conversation now coming up, coming up too frequently. People with so much speculation saying, oh, this person, this traditional ruler and this traditional ruler were at an event and this one did not greet this one, this one did not greet that one. People arguing with, who should be in charge of a traditional council. We had that happen in Ibadan here. People arguing about these things. Is this because of civilization?
No, but when you talk of fall in the standard of education, there is fall in the standard of everything. Fall in the standard of leadership, fall in the standard of marriage, fall in the standard of love, fall in the standard of eating, fall in the standard of virtually everything has collapsed. Values have collapsed. Everything has collapsed. So it's equally affecting the traditional institution. And because of that fall in the selection process, you throw up all manner of characters with shady past. Is it not here we read about some monarchs that are arrested abroad for fraud and they are in prison? Is it not? Because when you hear of everything has been politicized, there's politics in everything because they all have camps. No matter they say they should be partisan. Look at what is going on in Kano. 2 emirs at the same time. All my life, I have never
heard of such a thing.
I didn't.
And everyone is living as if it's normal.
I'm coming. When it comes to general paper, when I was in primary school, once they say emir, we know the person. But now the children are confused. You don't know which one is federal government emir and which one is the state government emir. And listen to me, they have devalued everything. And the reason is because the caliber of leadership, political leadership, has been devalued. And it affects every strata of society. This is what we are seeing in traditional institutions. Because if we have, imagine under Awolowo and Zik and Tafawa Balewa, all of them, traditional institutions were revered because they kept them in their place and they knew their onions. But now even traditional rulers don't always respect themselves. They have even walked away from what they ought not to take.
Do you think that this is because, for example, the kings and whatnot are now under the state government, or under the local government?
It is because, yes, part of it is because of it. And why did British people, they did that in order to undermine the leadership of this country. In Britain, they have traditional institutions. Are they under, even the Prime Minister will collect paper and go to the Queen to go and present it, which means the Queen or the king
now
is bigger than, that's what I'm saying. But when it came to Africa, they did a different thing. That's why when people talk of the evil that British people did to Africa, you cannot finish talking about it until the kingdom comes. The Prime Minister will collect a paper of leadership, you still go to the king or the queen. Why are they doing that? But in Africa, it's the other way around. Even ordinary local government chairman, the king is under him because they can toy. But that's why this country needs overhauling. And the reason is that we are not telling ourselves the truth. We don't even know where the rain started beating us. And we are not going to know where it will stop unless we tell ourselves. I keep talking about transparency, truth. Sit down with the people if you want to move forward. This thing is not working. What do we do? To go? Because people that keep on deceiving themselves, we keep on deceiving themselves till eternity, expecting the best to come while the worst is coming. So the issue of who is spirit or not, all of them are monarchs in their own rights. You understand? And they all represent a group of people.
Hello, good morning. Hello. All right, we lost that call. We have just a couple of minutes to wrap up the show. 0916-893-1000, 0915-333-4893, and 0911-3333-893. These are the numbers to call to be a part of the conversation this morning. On a brighter note, as regards traditional institutions, yesterday the Olubadan-elect, was welcomed with so much, celebration and joy. That's Obarashidi Adewolu-Ladoja, former governor and senator. And while speaking, he described his path to the throne as bumpy, filled with trials, and only made possible by the grace of God. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning, West Radio.
Good morning to you, sir. All right, sir, please go ahead.
I want to appeal to the Oni and Alaafin that they should not allow politics to bring the traditional stool to ridicule. They have their various domains. Concentrate on how to make their people better. They should not allow politics and money to make them to start fighting themselves and the public. It not bring a very good thing. We know how we started. And by the time we are going to land, we are coming back home. So they should not bring this thing up. This fighting in the public, they should please don't do that. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Mr. George. All right, let's take that call. Hello, good morning.
Morning.
Good morning to you. You're welcome, Mr.
Good
Sheriff.
morning,
Please go ahead.
Regarding our traditional institution, you said something that relevant, that the institution that people give utmost respect. I agree with you. It's a pity that two foremost Yoruba traditional rulers here in the Southwest, they are publicly conducting themselves over honorary title. See, we want progress in their own different states. In Yoruba land, both of them, they're supposed to form a unity of purpose, unity of development. See, if both of them, they are connecting each other, they are fighting. I know some people, they take side. In that way, they are dividing us. What really happened in Kaduna? We don't want that scenario to repeat itself in our Southwest here. Because if care is not taken, there are some traditional institutions, traditional ruler that will now continue backing on it. Even some people now backing Alaafin. We don't want all this. Both of them, they should solve this thing amicably for the progress of Yoruba land. That's my own submission.
Thank you so much, Mr. Sulaiman Sheriff. All right. Okay. So yesterday, the Olubadan-elect came into town, and he was at his Bodija residence. He was also at his family house, and everyone was happy and really joyful. He also, while speaking, commiserated with the family of the late Olubadan, talking about the moment he received the passing of his predecessor. Don't forget that he began his traditional journey as the Jagun Balogun Olubadan in 1993, and he rose steadily up that ladder, and now he is about to be the Olubadan. Big congratulations to Ibadan indigenes.
Yeah,
and,
we celebrate with them. And Ladoja has really kept the faith. You understand? He has been there. Also, how I wish, you see, Ibadan is a case study of how a succession should be done without rancor.
Such that there's no confusion.
No confusion. You understand? I am yet to study their history, how they came about it. That's why we talk of foresight. Their elders of years gone by must have sat down one day and said, okay, let's do it this way. So that when we are gone, our children will not be at each other's throat. And it's working for them. But it's only Yoruba town I know where you don't even need to go to court or do anything. You already know who is, which is better. For those who believe in traditional institutions, where I'm coming from we don't have such institution. It was the British that instituted it because for them to collect their tax. If you hear Igwe or all these ones are recently happenings. We don't have traditional institutions. But for the Oni and the Alaafin, they should remember that they are representing a race. A race. They should not wash their dirty linen in the. Some people will enjoy this. Some people will encourage this to happen, but it will not. It will undermine the unity of Yoruba people. It will not portray them in a very good light. These two fathers of this great nation, because Yoruba is a nation, they shouldn't do that.
And I believe that things like this can be settled internally without ever appearing on
newspapers. Yes, I begin to wonder, where are the elders? We call them to order. This thing should not happen.
Even when we have rancor within family, there's a way they say it in Yoruba land.
They settle it.
Let's settle it internally without having to,
to go outside and wash your dirty cloth in the open.
Meanwhile, residents of Okwama community in Urobo Kingdom, I hope I got that right, Ugeli South Local Government Area of Delta State, have appealed to the president to intervene in the plight of their detained leaders who have spent 1 year in military custody without trial. The leaders were arrested in connection with the killing of 17 officers and soldiers on a peace mission to the community on March 14, 2024. Just like a joke, we sat down here to talk about this.
Okwama, yeah.
Yes, we sat down here to talk about this, and these people are still in military custody without trial.
Yes, that is how we roll here. They are still in detention, and we are supposed to be. We are not under military. We are supposed to be in a democracy. That's why I say this is not democracy. You said you can't detain somebody or
more than 24
hours. These people have been in detention for 1 year, and yet nothing is heard about them. God will help this country.
The villagers have lamented that even one of the detainees died while in custody awaiting trial. They also criticized the military's insistence on handling investigations into the Okwama killings outside the country's criminal justice system. They say it's incompatible with democratic principles. And so they have, called on the president, the Delta State governor, and the senator to intervene in the issue. Meanwhile, PENCOM, that's the National Pension Commission, has directed pension fund administrators and pension fund custodians to immediately stop accepting or processing equity contributions applications submitted by 7 primary mortgage banks over alleged non-compliance with its housing loan guidelines. Okay, there are a couple of mortgage banks, excuse me, but that's what we have from the PENCOM. There are more stories, but there's no time. Thank you so much, Chukwemeka, for joining us.
Thank you for having me, Bola. May God save Nigeria.
All right. Thank you so much to everyone who also joined the conversation this morning. Don't go away, okay, because the sports crew is coming right up next to take you around the world of sports. And right after that, Agbeya Wirin Agbomagbe comes up in Yoruba, the Yoruba version of this particular show. So you want to stay around and be a part of the conversation. My name is Bolanle Oduekun Ayola, and this is Wells Radio 89.3 FM, your preferred wholesome radio.